It is December 31st.
Woohoo!
It is New Year's Eve. I'm ready for a big year to come about, right?
Right, 2020.
So, uh, as you usually say, a little something about changing. We're going to make some changes this year because I want to. I really expect new results this year. I want to go bigger and go better. What's your thing that you usually say?
I used to say if we do something, that's what
Okay.
I say.
I say that we're going to get this thing started with a top 10 list because it is top 10 Tuesday.
Right. Get
So
started.
I have 10 things that I want to for change for this month. I mean, for this year. And you too? You got, she's got her 10 list
I too.
right here. You ready?
Let's go.
Well, we're starting off this year with a top 10. Since it's Tuesday, it's New Year's Eve, really. And I know everybody's out partying and doing these things. But like I said, I wanted to change things up. I wanted to start off with a video about the things that we're going to change or we're planning on doing to change the results that we're having from this previous year. This year, was it good for you?
Very good.
It was good for me too. So, but I want even more this year. I want to plug in. Like yesterday, I put on the post uh, to plug in the position of abundance. For abundance to come about in your life, you have to be in position to receive it. So, these things that I have here on my list are the way I want to position myself for abundance. And you should come up with your own top 10 and your number one thing, or you want more. Number one thing, post down in the comments below, okay? My number one thing is this. First thing I want to do is to change the way I save. I want to start to live at least off 79% of what I'm making. And top 10% goes to God first. The second 10%, I want to put that in savings. Thinking about the richest man in Babylon and even Rich Dad Poor Dad talked about putting away 10% for yourself. So 10% for God, 10% for myself, and then at least 1%. I want to go 10%. I want to live off 70, but to start off, the 1%, I want that to go into investments.
That's something similar that I just want to start putting more money into my retirement fund, more than I did last year.
All right. You plan on retiring anytime soon?
Age 55.
55. That means you got about 30 more years, huh?
You say so.
Another thing, my second thing was this to cook more at home. Now, one way we can save more is if we cook more meals at home. We spend a lot always on the go, being busy, going here, going there, trying to keep up with the kids. We spend a lot of money outside of the home just on food. We looked at one dinner cost us like $50, and if we were saying if that was, we did that,
That's just one meal.
yeah, for a whole month, it was like $1,500 if we was doing that every day. We don't do that every day. Can't afford that, but that would be a $1,500 savings if we didn't do it at all.
Right.
So that's one way we can increase our finances, whole household finances, for this upcoming year. So cook meals more at home.
And on my list, it said eat more meals at home. So that's what I'll be doing.
That lets you know Who does the cooking, huh?
That's right. Who
Uh,
does it very well, indeed.
she trying to. I'm not cooking tonight. So, my number three thing, third thing is exercise more. So I want to do more walking. I want to do more, uh, just upper body, lower body. Everybody has their leg day and everything. So I want to get back into the gym and everything like that. What's on yours?
Mine says ride my bike more.
Ride a bike
I'm
more.
content with doing that.
I'm gonna have to ride my bike more too because that's low impact and I'm having foot problems. That's why I'm not in the gym as much. But so that's something that we can work forward to. My number four thing was vitamins and minerals. I want to supplement more. Uh, Even omega threes. I want to get that into my system more. Make my brain even bigger than it is. What about yours?
Mine is simply to drink more water.
Drink more water. Mm-mm.
And I know one thing that's going to help me to do that is to put some flavoring.
Okay.
It's going to be my little cheat.
Uh, Me thinking about eating still, my number five thing is portion sizes. Uh, Me being a country boy, I like to eat, and I like to eat much. And you know, we usually, get the man size plate, with the food piled up to like here, and we eat till we burst. It's not healthy, and you never feel good afterwards. I want to eat to satisfy myself, and not eat to blow up. And one thing that Irma used to always talk about is eating uh, uh, to fuel the body. Food is for fuel, and it's not really like a drug to satisfy your every desire, or when you eat when you're sad, or you eat when you're happy. Really is for fuel. But before I can make that big leap into just eating for just that little bit, I want to be able to eat just enough to be like, I'm not hungry anymore. Because a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people eat to eat.
That's what we've been trained to do. But if you just take smaller portions and snack throughout the day, healthy snacks, then you should be able to reach your goal.
One thing that I wanted to do, this is my number six, be more intentional in our quality time. I love to spend time with the kids, and as you can hear all the noise going on in the background, the kids are here. Now, I want to be more intentional with what we do. So if we're going to be having, just the kids over, just watching TV, maybe quality time like game night, or going on a little field trip with them. So, what about yours?
Mine was to travel more.
Travel more. Speaking of travel, something that I wanted to do. My next one was travel and meet more people outside of little old Statesboro and big old Atlanta, which we are always frequenting. Between here and Atlanta, we're there most of the time. 99% of the time. I want to go back. I want to start getting back into traveling. Like we would go to California or Arizona, good places. I want to go to Japan this year. Yep. So yeah, I wanted to see the cherry blossoms.
We'll have to make that happen.
Or if you have any suggestions on where to go, you can just leave a comment down at the bottom. At below. My number 9 thing was to get to know my extended family more. I know my cousins, and we know of each other. We don't know each other intimately, but for them to know my kids, their cousins, and the cousins knowing the cousins, that's what I want to get into too, the family to actually be in family, a community of blood relatives or extended relatives who have the same DNA, because, I come from, I know some of my peoples, and I come from a great line of great people. And I want my kids to know all of them better than I do. So
We don't want it to be like having to go home for a funeral just to meet these people.
right,
So,
right. So anything on yours that had anything like that? Nope. And my last one is this, and embrace the mindset, which is what I was talking about yesterday. Embrace the mindset that I have been given authority. I don't have to really sit back and wait on life to hand me the leftovers, or I have to adapt to someone else's reality. To really embrace that mindset that God has given me a dominion over the earth. And I'm not saying that I have more power than you do, or I have power over you, but I do have power to control my own destiny. If I want to do something, go do it, and don't wait on it. If I want to be, if I want to be a millionaire, I can start to save and I can start to work toward it instead of waiting on, well, somebody's going to die and leave me an inheritance, which might or might not happen. But I do have the actual power to start in the creative mind that God has given me to make things happen to where those those streams of income will come to reach my goal. So, what's your?
and my last one is to volunteer more. Like we had a video in our church on Sunday discussing our soup kitchen. And I've always known that we've had the soup kitchen, but I didn't know all that it entailed and all that they did, like preparing the meals and actually delivering the meals. Like I thought that everyone came to the church to pick up their plates, but they actually go into the community, to their homes and deliver the meals. So I want to be a part of that. And if there are any other opportunities, which I know there are tons of things that I can plug into within our community, please drop them in the comments below.
Yeah. And us doing it as a family, that's more of that quality time, and that's really making memories of serving people, touching lives, and watching God work through us. So this is going to be a big year for all of us, even you. So I'm excited to see what you guys plan on doing for your, some things that you're going to change in your life to make it go even bigger than it has been. Because I already know you've been working on some great things, because greatness is all in you. But something that I used to say with Sydney all the time, Mother Teresa said this, that, yesterday is gone and tomorrow hasn't happened. So all we have is today, and we can take today and make the best of it, All right.
Yes, we will.
Yep. So Happy New Year, everybody.
Cheers.
And look to seeing you on January 1st.